Man, that's weather. Perfect. So, slightly sidetracked again. Got this cheap gas hot water system that I want to test out. The glasses out here are so bright. I've had this old camping bottle for a few years now. It's been, I don't think I've ever refilled it. It's pretty frugal on the gas stove we had. It's got about 30 left, I reckon. That is going to be our hot water gas bottle, and I've got a little adapter for it to go from the Primus fitting, which I think is the same as the companion, to the pole fitting, which is the normal big size one. So we're going to give this gas hot water system a quick test out. And I was going to try and mount this somewhere. It has to be outside the caravan just because of the flue in the top of it. But I'm about mounting it inside here on the other side next to the diesel heater in the storage area. But then you've got to flue it out, and I don't know. This is going to be a shower, so I'll probably just hang it up somewhere. It's probably easier. That's work for me. Adapter on. I bought all these things online, and then I went over to this random hardware store, and they sold all these little fittings for like half the price I got it for online. So I stuffed that up. I got some like stainless rod holders for the rear racks and this and all this stuff on eBay for, I don't know, it was a bit, $20 for that I think. Found it for like $5 at Mitre 10. Mitre 10 never has anything, and they've got that. You can get these guys on eBay everywhere. Essentially they all look like they do the same thing. Just have slightly different controls, different colours. This one came with a pump. Takes some big D batteries for the ignition on off switch, and then just like a gas adjustment and a water pressure adjustment. So it's pretty basic, and then it flues out the top, and then you can hang it up on something. I think there's a handle in there. Nice little ding already. This one came with a pump. Not all of them do. It's the same pump, literally the same pump I bought separately for the sink inside. They're about $20. So you can get one with a pump. It's probably pretty handy. So all up, this is like 135 bucks, and they're coming down like every week. They were 200 when I started looking. They have different shower heads and all these different stuff. So just check out what you want out of it and what shower head or pump you need. Or if you're not using a pump off grid, then you can just plug it into a tap, use that pressure, or a header tank if you're off grid. I was talking to someone last night about using just a header tank, and they said they didn't have enough pressure off it, so maybe you do need a pump. This feels very relaxed. Feels like the cheapest shower head I've ever seen. So you could potentially be replacing that down the track. I don't like how water was actually coming out of the shower head shipped from China. That's a bit weird. I was thinking about possibly just mounting this to the side of the unit, since it's always going to be needing a pump for our purposes. This instructions do not need. I guess there's no one off for the hose. So that's cold water. Turn the gas on. Turn the switch on. Near the gas go. There you are. Should go hot water. Cold again. So that's the lowest pressure, highest flame, and yeah, it's probably like 40 or 50 degree water. I don't know why it keeps going off. Bitten. It's pretty cool. 44. Seems like a good temp. I think I could have a 44 shower. It's on the warm side. Stoked. That works really well. I mean, I wasn't expecting it not to work. It's just really simple. That's awesome. Maybe a wheel mounted somewhere. It's super handy. Really neat little product. Not overly advertising this brand, but they'll all be really similar, I reckon. But it's still pretty neat for the size of it and the heat and the ease of setup. That's awesome. It'd be really cool to mount it somewhere. Like, there is space in here, but you'd have to flue it, and there'd be a lot of heat coming out the top of that. Could vent it sideways out here to like a cap maybe. I mean, the box is all all metal, so take the carpet out so nothing can catch fire in there. That'd be really neat. Put the hose pipes down underneath, pump the gas out the bottom into a separate gas bottle. You could just have a hot water system sitting there. You could even run that back to the actual tap in there. It's a bit of work. I guess the one thing you don't get is you get the 12-volt pump, which is, you know, it's $20, it's alright. The one in the Caravan leaks around this cap here, so I'm going to have to take it off and put a gasket or silicone that a bit better. The other one in the Caravan's got screw fittings here. Screw, like a pressure fitting that screws over a cap. These are just barb fittings. That's fine, but they don't give you anything to attach this to the actual hot water unit. So I've got some pipe for the inlet. They can run down to, say, a bucket or a stream or something. I'll use that. I guess a hose would work too, maybe. That's probably the same diameter. Got a bit of hose length lying around. Might work. Might be a bit thin for that. Then I guess if it works, that'd be good, because on this side you could use a hose with a hose clamp to an actual, you know, whatever they're called, one of these guys. So you could like use that on one end, go straight to the heater, cut it, clamp this down. I mean, that's probably the easiest way to do it. And there's no filter included. You don't get any of the pipes or the filters, so I couldn't find a kit that had any of that stuff, but just, you know, FYI, if you're doing it, I pre-order it, don't expect it to come with it, I suppose, or just check with the seller, because you couldn't get shafted a bit there. But essentially it's just buying a hose from Bunnings and chopping it down, and then some sort of filter to stop all the big stuff going through this pump and then getting caught, because it ended up in the shower head and you just end up losing those jets. So yeah, but apart from that, super neat little unit. Really happy with it. You can string it up anywhere and have a hot shower. It's awesome. And I reckon if you turn the pressure down, you could have, you know, a decent shower off a bucket. What's that, 10 litres? Get a bit of time off 10 litres, I reckon. Okay, we tested the hot water system. That little guy. He's good. I think did the window a few days ago. That was a nightmare, but it looks okay now. Got a little bit of touch up to do where this frame had to take it off, so it split some of the paint where it had dried. It's a bit of touch up there, but all in all it's essentially done. And I think the next thing we do is going to be that wallpaper, and then the lights, and then maybe the mattress. But anyway, that end, and then I can come back here and keep working on this wiring, because I want to do some fun stuff. The wiring's pretty boring, so let's do some wallpapering, see how it goes. Wallpaper done. Wasn't the easiest thing to do. Wasn't the hardest. I just probably could have used 2 people, and I did say that in the instructions. I was just struggling a bit by myself, and I think I unwrapped too much of that backing paper before I got a bit far ahead of myself. So there's a few wrinkles that had to go back, and then I got caught up a bit, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Goes with the brass knobs and the rest of the colour scheme. So we didn't do a window in the back, but essentially this sort of feature wall idea takes the place of a window, which is cool. I like it. Mattress hides that bottom bit anyway, so there's a bit of a rough cut down there, but you can see that. There's some funky lights going up on the walls here, so yeah, that's pretty funky. I like that one. Danica chose that online, so props to her because that's really nice. Time for some wiring. Lights, I reckon. Lights. Done those two little lights now. Haven't got a screw bulb, I've only got the bayonets on me, so I'll go grab 2 screw bulbs from the house in a bit, but they're done. They look pretty cool against the wallpaper. Gotta get that blue tape off. Looks crap. So that's that, and then I got some up here in the, they call them the, what do they call them again? Oyster lights? Whatever they are, they're the roof lights. So there's a 240 and a 12 volt. And this 12 volt, there's 3 of them, 1, 2 down that side, and then an external one. Someone had put 240 volt bulbs in the 12 volt section, so they weren't working obviously. And this one was lying around underneath the floor, so I put that in to test it, and that works, but it's really blue. It's like a blue white. It's a cool white. Yeah, super cool light, and it looks pretty crap in here, so I jumped online, bought a few more. I got a 10 pack from, can't remember how much they were, $20 maybe, of these bayonet fittings. And they're pretty tiny. And they've got to be tiny to sit in the glass, but they're smaller than this guy. So let's place one and I'll show you. And these are just a warm white, 12 volt, Bay 15D bulb, which is, you can get this one out. These are pretty cute. They've got a silicone cover on them, so it's sort of like soft and spongy. Stops any sort of corrosion, I guess. The Bay 15D are 2 pins at the bottom, and then the 2 lugs are even spacing on each side. There's not a raised one. So that's a positive negative on the bottom rather than the single guys, which have positive from the bottom, negative from the side. So let's try this guy out. Warm one. Bit nicer than the blue that was there. So I'll do that for that one over there, that one outside, and then we might have a go at bringing the mattress in. So that's those 3 changed over. And I love my LEDs. Love a good LED deal. Everything in the caravan's LED now, so all the internal 240 volt lights and the 12 volts. Can't get enough of that stuff. Mattress, king size mattress, 1 bed, and hopefully this is going to be a super comfortable mattress. It's if not, I guess we can return it, but good luck getting this guy out of there if we don't like it. It's benefit of getting these rolled up ones that are all compressed is that you can get them through small doorways. But otherwise I'd have no chance. We were pretty worried about how to get a king through that tiny door and then at the back, and I think that's the only way. You compress them. So I don't want to get that out of here later on, and hopefully it's all good. So we're going to put that on that base now and unwrap a mattress. You watch me struggle with that bad boy. And this is what it fits back into when you finish unwrapping it. If you want to take it out, you just roll it back up and put it back in this bag. Bit of room along the bottom. I might board that in, make it another little kick panel. Cushions go on the top, obviously. Pillows, cushions, what do we call them? Not as much room as I thought there'd be down the side. So these guys are pretty covered up, but you just got to be able to reach down and hit them. Doesn't really matter. There's enough room for that. Charge your phone down there. So still pulling 12.8 volts. I haven't hooked up the solar panels yet, so I think after doing the bed now, we might do some wiring. Fun. I never record that, but we'll show you the progress later on, because it's just going to be me mucking around in there for quite a while. I've got a couple of things this week to make that a bit easier and sort that mess out. I got a new dual battery charger for the Prado because it died, and I've been getting cheapish ones, so I probably should get a good quality red arc or something. This is pretty cheap. This one was really cheap. That label cost me about $100. This cost me $50, and I'm just going to replace the actual unit itself because the wiring is all in place. That's all fine. They just seem to burn out or die for whatever reason. So this will get us for the next 12 months or so working, and then I'll buy a good one and rewire the lot. And then I got this little guy this week as well, which is, he's really cool. It's a little fuse box basically, so I can wire all the positives to it. It's got a common positive battery post at each end, well, negative one end, positive the other, 6 blade fuses, and some little LED lights that will light up if the fuse is out. So the 6 or so things I've got running down here can come off this fuse box and be wired neatly instead of just being all off a battery terminal. So that'll make that a bit easier. I forgot to even test it. The gas struts hold it really well. So hopefully with the Duna and some cushions it's still the same. So that works a treat. Still get underneath and get all your stuff. Nice bit of storage space. Kind of regret not painting those now, but only I'll know that. Really neat. Happy with that one. That, I'm out.